First is to just say that we are so proud of you, teenagers, for getting your book done. It's a milestone. Some of us are adults, and we are still. Some of us are believing God to write. Some of us launched our books when we were so old or later in life. So you have such a head start, and we are so proud of you. All right, let me start with introductions so that we can get to know who is here. I know some of you are very excited, some of you are scared, but we will get through it all. Let me start with Carrie. You're at the top of my screen. Please introduce yourself. Let us know, what do you do? Are you in college? Are you in high school? Are you in primary? I'm joking. I know where you are. But for the people who will be watching or listening later, you can let us know your name, which school you go to if you're in school, and what you're passionate about. Carrie. Remember to unmute yourself. Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Well, my name is Carrie Rosa. And right now, actually, I recently turned 17 years old, and I am in high school. I do the British IGCSE system, so I am in year 10, looking forward to starting year 11 this September. Yes, as for me, one of the things I love doing is reading and writing and drawing. I think those are one of the things that I'm very passionate about, and I like spending a lot of my time doing that. And I also got the privilege last year to join and become a part of my church. I serve in the worship team, and I think that is one of the things I'm very grateful to the Lord for opening doors for me to have that opportunity. And lastly, I'm grateful that the Lord has given me the chance to become an author and to write a book. Yes, thank you.
Awesome. That's very well done, Carrie. I think you can be a presenter at some point. You're so eloquent and so fluent. Well done. We are proud of you for the things that you are doing. I'll be coming back to ask you more about your book. Let's move on to Sonia.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Sonia. I'm a freshman in college. I go to Athens Tech. It's the city school in Georgia. I am passionate about cooking, writing, and discovering new things that I can do. I am very grateful to God to have pulled me through writing this book, because at times I thought I was going to lose my mind. But I am very grateful, and I look forward to what the future has to hold.
Awesome. Thank you, Sonia. And we are so proud of you and the many things that you're doing. Your mother posts your food on Facebook, so we follow through what you're cooking at home. So well done, Fancy, for encouraging Sonia, and we are proud of you. Let's move on to Stacy.
Hi, my name is Stacy Njeri. I'm 15 years old, and I'm in Form 2.
Okay. What do you love doing?
I'm passionate about conserving the environment.
Yay, we are so proud of you, and to say that Stacy has a farm where she does organic farming. So the future is bright, and we are so proud of you, Stacy. All right, let's move on to just get to hear about your books and what you want to achieve with the books. Let me start with Carrie, Journey to Friendship. Why did you write the book? What do you want to achieve with the book?
Well, I can say for my book, Journey to Friendship, it was a long book in the process. Actually, it was one of the longest ideas that I have had, which has gone through a lot of changes. And I think the one thing that really inspired me to write was I think I've always had that gift in me. I've always loved writing things, even when I was small, though I never knew to specifically to write stories. At least that one I was able to realize after a while. And I think it was the Lord really put an idea into my mind. And I always wanted to write this book that encourages people to begin their walk with the Lord and start following him. As for me and many others who might grow up in Christian households, but you're just so used to going to church and doing all these things. I think I'll say depending on your parents' faith. But I think my book is all about learning to begin that journey with the Lord for yourself. And I think that's the message I'd like people to get out of my book, Journey to Friendship.
Awesome. I like something you've said that moving from relying on your parents' faith, which is what should happen when you're way younger, to where now you can have your own faith, or you can pick that faith and make it your own. So your parents' God becomes your own God. Have a journey and a relationship with him. So very, very well done, and very well done to incorporate that message. I think at this time, teenagers, you're looking at friendship and, the story that you've put in the book to be able to encourage young people to seek God and to also, have friends that can be able to steer them in the right direction. Very well done, Carrie. All right, Sonia. Welcome, Abiah. Sonia, what's your book about and what's the message you want to pass?
My book is about a murder that occurs, two murders that occur between friends. They end up with two dead bodies and they have no idea how to move on from that. And the book seems fictional, but the message that I want to give out is just because someone seems nice and somebody is really just because they have a pretty appearance and they have a very good posture on the outside does not mean that they always have the best interest for you. So it's just basically be careful, but it's just a story that tells you to be careful and shows it as the stories unfold.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Sonia. We look forward to, having more fictions from teenagers so that we can be able to see how to pass the message. Because I think your generation, you've been brought up with, fictional stories. So if we can pack as much message as we can so that you can be able to speak to the people in your generation. Awesome. Stacy?
My book is about a girl who is passionate about conserving the environment, and she does all her best to keep the city safe.
Awesome. Please tell us a little bit about what you're doing as far as conserving the environment is concerned. Stacy?
Yes.
Please tell us a bit about what you're doing to conserve the environment on your side.
I plant trees. I also do farming.
What do you farm?
Strawberries.
Only strawberries? I think
vegetables and chili.
Okay. So vegetables and?
Chilies.
Tea leaves.
No, chili. Like pepper.
Oh, pepper. Awesome. Wow. And you're just 15 years old. So very well done for you, Stacy. And we hope that your message will go far and wide, even as you communicate that everybody has the responsibility to conserve the environment. All right. I can see Abiah is here. Maybe Abiah, you can introduce yourself.
Hi. Sorry, my video refused to work. But my name is Abiah Adnah, and I wrote the book. It's About Time for Teens. Yeah.
Okay, you can tell us a bit about yourself.
So I'm 20. I know it said that you're supposed to have the age thing. So when I started writing the book, I was a teenager, but I'm finishing it this year that I turned 20. And I've written one other book prior to this called Conceive, Achieve for Teens. Yes.
Okay, so you're finding us on question 3. What's your book? It's about time. What is it about? And what's the message you want to pass to teenagers?
So the title is pretty self-explanatory. It just basically is trying to tell teens or like empower them to make a good use of their time, because 7 years seems like a very short amount of time, but people who have taken charge of those 7 years of their teenagehood and actually put it to good use, they've been able to advance like very far. 7 years can change a lot, especially since you're so young and you don't have as much to worry about, as adults who maybe, they're tied up with like work and stuff like that. So just basically empowering teenagers to make use of the 7 years that they have. Yes.
Awesome. That's good to hear. And of course, Abiah, we've already told you we are so proud of you that you're on book 2 or book 3 with the workbook considered, and we are proud of you. Let's go to Carrie so that you can tell us what inspired you to write the book. And that's the question I'll be asking the other teenagers, so you can be thinking about it. Carrie is the pioneer for the questions, selected by Zoom, that she's at the top of my screen. Carrie, what inspired you to write this particular book?
Well, I can say the one thing that really inspired me to write Journey to Friendship, I think it really came from my own journey and walk with the Lord. I was definitely one of those people growing up, I never really had a walk with the Lord, and it was only around till 2018 is when I started my walk with the Lord. And I think that was the main message in my story. And also my book will be a whole series, Blue Lake High. And so God willing, I'm hoping that the book will continue speaking about messages, as the first book is about starting your walk with Him. Hopefully that the books will be encouraging you as you go on that journey. Yes, thank you.
Awesome. And we look forward to other books. Sonia, what was your inspiration?
I would have to say my inspiration was my mom. She told me that I have a beautiful way with words and that I should put it down and write a book. I had started a previous book before writing this one, and she was like, you should send it in to you. And I didn't really think that I could do it at first, but in the back of my mind, I just heard my mom telling me that you can't do it. You just have to believe in yourself. So that's what pushed me.
Awesome. Good to hear. Stacy, what was your inspiration?
My love for the environment.
Wow, awesome. You notice Stacy is very brief and precise, to the point. Well done, Stacy. Your love for environment, and I know you're very passionate about it, so very well done. Abiah, your inspiration?
Well, my inspiration was the program that I run. We had to go through a book on time management, and the book that we had before, the one that was meant for adults, it didn't really communicate like the struggles that teens necessarily face like day to day when trying to like manage their time. It was more like, things about meetings and stuff like that, things that like the average teenager would not understand. And I still wanted them to be able to, have that message, but in a way that is, communicated for their age level and that addresses issues that they actually deal with. So yeah. Yes, that was my inspiration.
Awesome, awesome. Very good to know that teenagers are being inspired to write books. The people who are on this call and Victor as well, who is not here, just knowing that you're allowing the Lord to use you in this way to be able to communicate in your generation. And the power of a book is that it can outlive you. So even if you live 100 years, 100 will be too much, because then you'll be like Carrie will be 117, 100 years from now. But let's even say, even if you lived 100 years, the book will still be available. And the message will still be there, preserved, to be able to speak to other generations. So we are proud of you, and you're doing an amazing job to allow the Lord to use you in this way. Now, let's get to the writing journey. When you were writing the book, other than some of you, I know the work got deleted at some point and you have to start again. I mean, when you were writing the book, what was the thing that really surprised you the most about yourself, or about the book, or about the message? Carrie, you go first.
Thank you. Writing the book definitely, I feel like, was a journey on its own. I probably was most surprised at how long it might take to write a book. I thought it would be something that would be simple, have an idea, a laptop or a paper and a pen. Then I realized the amount of ideas that come into your mind, and end up having to always cut some ideas, or others you're like, I have to add them. So it was definitely a journey on its own. I think that was one of the things that surprised me, and the amount of patience and hard work that it takes to write a book. Yes, I think that was how it was. Yeah.
All right. I think in the same question, let me ask Carrie and others. You answer this in the same, at the same time. What did you learn after you wrote the book? So what surprised you, and what did you learn? Carrie?
Well, the one thing I think I learned about writing my book was that in life, sometimes, you can get a bit distracted. And so I feel like even as I was writing the book, I sometimes would get distracted with other things, because you have your central message, but sometimes you tend to divert because you're like, oh, the storyline is going well in this direction. But at the end of the day, you remind yourself that, no, this is the message that I want to write. And so I want to make sure that I stick with the lesson, and also learn the importance that books have on people's life, because I look at my own life, and some of the great lessons that I've learned are because of a book that I read. So yeah, that's just the importance of stories in people's life.
Awesome. Very good lessons. Sonia, what was your experience, and what did you learn from writing the book?
Sorry about the background noise. While writing the book, I learned that in life in general, you're going to have setbacks, and you can only feel sorry for yourself for so long before you have to decide that, okay, that happened. What's the other way to get out of it? So my chapters got deleted and I had to just recuperate and be like, okay, what was lost and how can I get back to just being on track? And doing that was fulfilling and kind of like, I can do it. So, and writing the book was very stressful, but fun. So once you take out the stress of it, I put small goals for myself. I didn't look at the book as a whole. I looked at the book in chapters, chapter 1, chapter 2. If I look at the book as a whole, I get frustrated and stressed out and I want to quit. But looking at the book as a chapter, it's a short-term goal. It's achievable. I can do it within a time frame. And that made it fun, and adding twists and turns into the book, because I know what happened in this chapter and what's going to happen in this chapter, made the book much more enjoyable to write.
Awesome. Good to hear. Stacy, what surprised you the most, and what did you learn after you were done with your book?
at first I saw the book like it was so hard for me to write, so I had already quitted. But what surprised me is that I could manage to write it in a month.
Awesome.
And the lesson I learned is it's good to conserve the environment as it was God's initial plan.
Amen. Amen. Very well done. Abiah?
I think for me, because I had done this process before, I don't think anything was like particularly like surprising. Except like the time frame. I think Carrie's the one who said that sometimes like the amount of work that goes into it, because I think the first time around I was younger, so I didn't really have to manage a lot of like the nitty-gritty things because I had my parents. But this time around it's been like a much huger undertaking. That's what surprised me, and I think what I learned is like not to give up, because sometimes it's like you kind of wonder like who even is going to read this book after I'm done with it. Might it like just it can just go to like a shelf somewhere, but just telling myself like not to give up and actually keeping with it. Yeah, so not giving up, I think.
Awesome. You've said when you're younger you had parents, and then now you're doing by yourself. And I'm just making fun of you. I say like I had parents. Where are your parents?
No, they're still there. They're still there.
Now they've said you're grown up. You can handle the process.
You're good. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Let's hear advice that you have for maybe a teenager out there who wants to write their book. Or get their manuscript started, of course, in as much as you're not adults and, handling other issues of like, you still have your schoolwork, you still have your family to care about, you still have your friends. Tell us, for someone who's just thinking, I think a teenager is very busy doing so many things. I don't have time to write a book in addition to all these things that I'm doing. What advice would you give a teenager who wants to write? Let's start with Carrie, Sonia, Stacy, and then Abiah as we come to a close.
Well, the first, I think, advice I'd give them is to just write. It's as simple as that. I think that's one of the most advice that I also took when I was writing my book. And so just tell them to just write, just let the imagination flow. To just start the process where you are. And as you go through it, it'll end up becoming easy. At first, you might not find time to write it, but I think as you start getting on with the story, you'll end up finding that you have time and it even gets exciting. I think I'd also encourage them not to give up, because it's very easy to give up, especially if you reach a big roadblock or something goes wrong. So I think I'd also advise them not to give up and to keep reading stories. If you want to write a story, keep reading other stories that probably talk about what your book will also talk about. Thank you.
Awesome. I like that. You speak like a publisher. So don't give up. Make sure that you're also reading. It's very important to read if you want to write. If you're not a good reader, you'll not become a good writer. So it's important for you to keep reading, because you get inspiration, and that will keep you going. We say to keep the juices, the writing juices going. All right, Sonia, your advice?
My advice would be to make it fun. Don't make it stressful, because the minute that you make your writing process stressful is the minute that things start to get hard. So just make small attainable goals, take it one day at a time. And like Carrie said, you might not find time to write, but if you really want it and if you really make it a priority, you'll set away like 10 minutes a day and just write whatever comes to mind. It doesn't have to be even your book. Like me, for example, and sorry, Abby, I'm going to call you out, but me and Abiah, we write poems, and it's like that just keeps ideas in my head, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good line to be in the book. So just write for fun if you reach your writer's block, and that would usually get you out of it.
Awesome. Very well done. Yeah, so you're writing sometimes for your book, but if you find there's no inspiration, you can write something else which can trigger, something else that you can put in your book. Very well done. And those poems you're writing, I've never seen them. I need to see them so we can put them into a book and share with other people. So I will be calling you to be able to see what it is that you've been writing as far as poetry is concerned. Fancy, are you okay? You have unmuted. Fancy, you okay? You want to comment on the poems that have been written?
No.
No, she doesn't.
Sorry,
No,
I
she
unmuted by mistake.
Oh,
And
she
yes,
doesn't.
I want to see the poem too. I want to read the poem.
Oh,
yes. So
okay.
I am at work. Sorry.
Okay, I just saw you unmuted. That's fine. So Sonia, your mother also says she needs to see those poems so that we can see what you've been writing. Awesome. Stacy, what's your advice for teenagers who want to write?
It's to believe in God first and believe in yourself.
Amen. I mean, we should hire Stacy to do social media, short, like a boom. So not many, just one line, 2 lines, believe in God first, believe in yourself. Very well done. And just saying that without God, there's nothing that we'll be able to do. So it's very important for us to believe in God and also believe in yourself, because this is a gift that God has given you and also other teenagers who are writing. And even if you're a teenager out there and you're not called to write, what is it that God has gifted you? Every teenager has a gift from God. There's no one who does not have something. So well done, Stacy. Abiah, your advice?
I think my advice would be to just put it on paper, because I think what took me such a long time is the ideas were in my head. But then when it came time for writing, I was just like, no, we'll just think about it more. But you can't really impact the world with ideas that are shut away in your head, because people are not mind readers. You actually have to put it down on paper, even if you just, like Carrie said, just start. It might be small. It doesn't have to be long. It could be, small steps. But it's, the person who's started and they've done little is better than the one who just hasn't done anything at all. Yeah. So that'll be my advice.
Awesome. I like that. Very good advice. I'm hoping that you'll be able to package some of it and share with other people out there. All right. So I have 2 questions for each one of you. One will be a closing remark. Sonia, why are you getting shocked? You want it to be one question? Only one question. No, just 2 questions, and I'm very sure you'll be able to answer. So prepare your closing remark. That's one. Then the other one, so the first one I'm asking so that I can ask for the closing remark is, are you planning to do another book? Of course, Carrie is saying she has a series, so she'll tell us what is the second book she's thinking about. We will not, put a spotlight on you so that if, in case tomorrow you decide, oh, I will not write that one, I will write this other one first. But for now, you can share with us, what are you thinking about in terms of writing the next book, so that we can be able to know what we are looking forward to. So you can think about that. And then later, when everybody has answered that, I'm going to ask you to make a closing remark. Carrie, we start with you. What's next?
Well, as I had said earlier, I am writing a series called Blue Lake High, and I do have a second book that I'm working on in mind. And I think that book will be focusing more on things like peer pressure, how to withstand that and still continue your walk with the Lord. Funny enough, that was actually supposed to be the first book that I had in mind, but because of the message, I decided to switch it up. So yeah, looking forward to finishing that one as well. Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Sonia, maybe the first book you deleted, maybe will become book number 2. I'm just putting pressure on you. Sonia, tell us what's next.
I do have a second book in mind. It's going to be, I know I'm young, but it's going to be a biography about my years from 11 to 17, or maybe even earlier. I haven't decided if I want to start from childhood or not, but it's going to be focused on how to navigate the world as a growing girl the peer pressure of society in America and how it differs to the peer pressure in Kenya. It's mostly going to be focused on school and the things that I had to endure and move past when I was in school and what I learned from it and what I would like other young Black girls who go to school in America to understand, and how to just move forward with it and how to stand up for yourself and not bottle it all up and let it explode. So
Awesome. So you can hear Carrie is also, writing on peer pressure. So you can exchange notes. Your parents are in the same group, so it's a safe space, to be able to exchange ideas. Well done. Let's move on to Stacy. What's next after this? Any other books in the pipeline, or you will first push the first book?
The second book in my mind is to write about organic farming and the steps to take while you are doing it.
Wow. Awesome. Sounds very interesting. Your mom gave me 60 strawberries and I killed all of them. So I have nothing. So maybe when you do your book, Organic Farming, I need to get it for some of us who are not very good with farming, so that we can learn. And we are proud of you, because this is really big, and I'm praying. You're laughing at me, Stacy. I really tried to keep the strawberries alive, but they died. So I look forward to your second book, so that we can be able to learn what to be able to do. Abiah?
I just want to point out that I was part of that strawberry killing operation. But the other book that I am planning on writing is going to be about accountability, because I feel like in today's day and age, we really like the story of like a self-made person, a person who came up by themselves, like the underdog type of thing. But I think in my life, one of the things I've been very privileged to have is like a very good support system of people who have pushed me to be, the best that I can possibly be. So I think I would want to write a book on how to like identify people like that. And I've also tried very hard to be like accountability partners for other people. Sonia is also one of my accountability partners. That's why we write poetry together, because we know that if we just don't write like on a daily or weekly basis, we probably won't write at all. So yeah, just harnessing the power of accountability. That's the next book.
Awesome. We are coming to a close. Definitely, I know the parents who are here, they're very proud of you, all of you. Carrie, you and your parents, your sister, I know they're very proud of you. Sonia, your parents, your sister, your brother, very proud of you. Stacy, your parents, no, sister, I'll become your auntie. Your auntie. Oh, I know your grandparents, very proud of you. Abiah, your parents, your sister, your brother, very proud of you. And to say that we look forward to what God is going to do in your lives. I think apart from Abiah and Victor, who were already nominated for Josiah Kings in the US. CLC will be nominating the other teenagers, so that other people can also be able to see what you are doing using your writing gifting to be able to impact your generation. Closing remarks as we come to a close. Carrie?
Thank you very much. All I can say is thank you very much. I'm very grateful and happy that I have the opportunity to write a book. I can say it's definitely be one of my dream come true. So yes, thank you.
Awesome. Sonia?
All I want to say is thank you for not giving up on me, because I know you and my mom were both on the same page on pushing me to actually finish this book. I'm grateful that I have this opportunity. I know not a lot of people get it, and I look forward to publishing many, many more books.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And when you come to Kenya, we will come together again so that we can be able to celebrate. This becomes a different cohort, so that we can be able to encourage one another. So thank you very much, Stacy.
All I need to say is thank you for pushing me to write a book and inspiring me.
Awesome. Abiah?
My closing remarks, also Thanksgiving, for everybody who pushed me, especially you, Mother, who has not yet given up on me. And, just thankful for the support system that I have. And also to say that I'm proud of everyone who's here, who's writing books. A lot of people get to 40, 50, and then they're just like, oh my gosh, I have a message for the world. But no, you guys have, you even with your short lives, like, Sonia writing a memoir, even though she's like under 20, that's impressive. That's you living out purpose is a good thing, even like at a young age. Yeah.
Awesome. Very proud of you. We look forward to having the physical copies of your books in the coming week so that we can be able to push out to the rest of the world. The books will be available. Sonia, why are you surprised? We look forward to getting...
moving quickly.
Sorry?
Things are just moving quickly. It's like
I know.
Editing, and now it's going to be
I know.
It's mind-blowing.
It is, and the reason you wrote the book is so that they can go out there. I pray that the books will get to schools, will get to homes, teenagers, young people will be able to read them and be impacted. And so we are proud of you. We look forward to placing the books in as many bookshops as will be available on Amazon, on CLC Kenya website, and we'll be sharing the link even as we share this video so that you can be able to access. If you want to learn more about the different teenagers who are here, you can check out their upcoming web page from CLC Kenya and CLC Kins. You'll be able to see, you can be able to get more information about the different authors, what they have done, what they are planning to do. I pray that we'll be able to support them. So Carrie Rosa Zova, when you came the first time, your name for me was Carrie. So I call you Carrie, and I'm wondering why are you looking at me weird because it's Carrie, but now I know it's Carrie. Carrie Rosa, 17 years old, the author of Journey to Friendship. Very proud of you. Sonia Baraka. Sonia, you're 17, no? Or 18?
18.
18. Okay. I'm just removing 1 year from you, so...
It's okay. People still think I'm 12. It's fine.
So Sonia Baraka, 18 years, the author of Pretty Smiles That Hide Big Lies. We have Stacy Njeri, 15 years old, The Tale of a Teen Environmentalist. And then we have Abiah Adnah McKenna, 20 years old. It's About Time for Teens. And also not on this call, we have Victor, who has done 2 other books, and he is on the 3rd book. Very well done. We clap for you. We appreciate you. We are so proud of you as CLC Kenya family, as your family, your aunties, your uncles, all of us, we are cheering you on, and we look forward to a great journey ahead as God is continuing to use you. I can see the people who know how to use emojis, reactions, clapping. We are very proud of you. I'm going to ask Jacqueline, if you can make a closing remark, and then you can close for us with a word of prayer, dedicating these teenagers into God's hands so that they continue on this journey, that they will not give up, they will not grow weary, but they will continue and they will become everything God desires for them to become as far as their writing is concerned, of course, on other areas of their lives, but also as far as their writing calling is concerned. Jackie?
Okay, thank you so much, Muthoni. I'm really happy for each of you, Carrie, Stacy, Sonia, Abiah and also Victor, who is not on this call. We are so blessed to have you as teens who are coming up, and I know you'll share this message out there. You are our message. Yeah. So from today, keep sharing this in school, in the community, also in church, so that other teenagers can come out and also discover their potential and also maximize what God has placed in them. So as Muthoni mentioned, we are so proud of you, and we celebrate every milestone that you make, and we are looking forward to have your books out